Oh, thanks for checking our channel here. It's going to be, hopefully, maybe, possibly, a repair video on this particular unit. It's a Gallagher B280. They also made a B180 and a B80. This model, I don't know how old this one is, I'll check in a minute. It came out, and they launched this model in 2005, so almost 20 years ago. And they discontinued it as a production model in 2017. I think it was the last year you could actually... last year that Gallagher was producing new models of these. So they're around about 12, 13 years, whatever it was. So, but a good unit. They had problems with earlier versions. Later ones, midway through the cycle and production, and the later ones were really good. We don't see a lot of them come in anymore because a lot of them have been fixed and updated on parts and stuff like that as I've gone through them. But the biggest thing we're going to have a problem with on these... on certain models of Gallagher's now, on these ones that were built, 20 years ago, roughly, some of the models they've discontinued some of the parts for them. So you can't get, like this one here, you can't get brand new transformers for them anymore. They don't make them, and they are a dual input, a dual primary transformer, which most brands and models are a single primary. So that's one thing going against it. When you try to retrofit a different part in there, they don't match up. Plus, it's such a small unit, and there's not a lot of space inside there. So, getting, having space to mount something else inside there it would be difficult. But let's we'll cross that bridge if we come to it. Where if we can't fix it, then we'll be out of luck. But his clamp has seen better days. On that one, the little spring mechanism broke or something in this. See, it's not compressing. This is kind of going loose. Well, this is a 12-volt battery-powered unit. Excuse my voice. I'm a little hoarse. I don't know if it's allergies or what it is, but I'm fighting a little bit of a cold of some sort. But no other symptoms, just my voice. Better today than it was a few days ago. I completely lost it for about half a day. I can hardly talk. Over the weekend, and excuse the blurriness of the video. My lens is broken. It's going to cost me like $50 to either pay a deductible to get a warranty replacement phone, and I have to wait like 3 days to get it, or you can't even get it fixed because it's a new enough phone. The place that works on phones, they can't even get that particular part because it's new enough that they don't even offer that part as replacement at the moment. So I'm stuck. I don't want to wait 3 days because I use my phone every day for making these videos that we're doing, as well as calling customers and taking phone calls, and as a little portable computer. All right, well, see one thing wrong. Capacitor's cracked and broken, so that's an easy fix. This little red capacitor. Transformer is old style. It's a 2008 model, so this is 3 years after the first production model of it. See, 08, so it's a year it was built. The board should also have a number on it. It does. It's a little hard to read, but the first 2 digits is 08 as well. So this is the original board. Transformers, the old style brown ones. They went away from the brown ones. They used to have brown, black, blue, red, and green for the different models and generations, and they made them, they dipped them in some kind of dye, and they went away from that dye, or paint, or whatever the heck they dipped them in, because it was making the plastic brittle. They changed that 10 years ago, 15 years ago probably. Been a while since they did the different colored transformer. They got away from that. They were just basically like a see-through shell. So what we got to be careful on is as we pull this transformer up, this transformer actually separates from the board, and it's a separate part altogether, but they don't make this transformer anymore. Brown one, or even the later ones that Gallagher discontinued it. And what would happen on these older brown ones, or the red ones, the blue ones, black ones, whatever they had in the different models, like this style, is when you lift up on it, sometimes it would crack. Ooh, I see another issue down there. I think this transformer's been arcing. See that white residue around that terminal right there? I think this transformer's been arcing, and the capacitor, like this little red one's cracked and off the shell, which we can put on the capacitor in. But let's see if we can get this transformer pulled off without breaking anything. So what I do is I push down on this metal tab, push my thumb up, hold it down, and lift up. Oh, there we go. Later ones you can just pop them off without worrying about cracking and breaking. Alright, it is still intact. Okay. So, for now, what we're going to do, get my soldering iron powered up, is we're going to change that red capacitor out and see if that solves our issue. Because we can get another board for it. I think we might either have one in stock or we can order a new board for it. Kind of expensive part, you know, for what it is, but it's, you know, Gallagher's expensive brand, so parts expensive, but it'd still be cheaper than buying like an MBS 200, which is a 12 volt / 110 volt. It's a 2 joule, and then this is 2.8 joule. So the next size bigger would be the MBS 400. It's a 4 joule. So this is kind of an oddball in between model. So you know, make an identical size unit as what this one is. Make one a little bit weaker, which I don't think you're going to notice that big of a difference in power output. And then make ones almost twice as powerful as this one, but you're spending a little bit of money on them things. They're not giving them things away, but they're reliable. So we're going to desolder, pull that solder off the board. It isn't very common of a repair, but it's probably age related. Pastor just probably got stressed out. And I'll check the big capacitor as well. They don't go bad all that often, but it happens. Gallagher uses pretty good quality parts for the most part, so typically it's age or lightning that gets a hold of them. So you gotta be careful, don't break that stupid capacitor or transformer tab on there, because if I break it, we are really screwed. Actually, I'm gonna take this transformer off and just set it to the side. All four of those, see that I was talking about dual primary. I think these two are connected, and these two are connected, or it's this and this. I don't remember, but they're electrically different. They go to different parts of the board. Second, so there's a little residue right there, so I'm gonna have to look at that close when we go to hook things up. So let's get this capacitor off here for the start of it. Oh yeah, look at that. I'm just dropping them apart. Let's see what size this was if I can read it. Oh, hey, luckily Gallagher's right on there what size it is. That's nice of them. So let me go get another capacitor, because there's looks like it's a 2 microfarad and a 4 microfarad. This was the 4. I think the 180 took a 2 microfarad if I remember right. So we'll put that in there, and then we'll check this capacitor out. We'll pull one lead off the board to take it out of circuit, then we'll check this capacitor. So give me a second here, and I'll go grab me another capacitor. Alright, got the new one. There's no polarity to it. We'll solder that in here in a second. Let's take one lead off. Alright, this is a 20 microfarad capacitor. They're not super common to go bad. The only way to know is to test them and see. 20.4. Gallagher uses pretty good capacitors. They don't, this thing's got some age on it. 17 years or whatever, how old this thing is, and it still reads good. Alright, let's get the solder out. Snip. Oh, try to Put that spot just a little bit more. Don't want a cold solder joint. Alright. Set that back in there. We'll make sure that is off. Let's also dump out the leftover shell, transformer or capacitor. Got the switch all lined up. Make sure it stays in place. Yep. Now we'll be real careful about reinstalling this. Primary's on. That secondary side's fighting me. Alright, there's that. Take the knobs off. Oh, my tester. Shit. My fancy jewel tester deal, battery's dead and dumb thing, and I don't have a, it's not, you can't, they don't want you to test it while the battery's charging if I can't use it. Well, let's do our best at just, let's do a spark jump across it. Well, it's not turning on, so alright, let's take it back apart. His cord's all been spliced up and stuff, so maybe they've got a cord problem. And with that, check the fuse first. I don't think that's an issue. Don't go bad all that often. We'll check it anyways. Yeah, fuse is good. Let's pull our leads off. Check voltage there. We're at 13.5 volts roughly on that power supply. Let's check across here. Ah, look. We got 13.5 on the power supply. We're only getting 11 or 12 on there, and that's just with the cord. So we've got some voltage drop going on. The easiest thing to do without cutting this cable all apart is to get rid of that to start with. And then this one's all corroded up on the inside. This could be our issue. So let's apply voltage back to it. Let's check our power again. Nope, but the same. Let's that one's pretty crunchy too. I imagine the problems in this cord, but we'll work our way through that slowly. I guess it could be the power supply. I've had that power supply 10 years, so could be that. Oh, there it is. There's what we're looking for. So we're going to put 2 new clamps on this. So something's wrong with this clamp, I guess. Yeah, a little crunchy inside there. We could try cleaning that. It's not that bad. I've seen worse. So let's get a little Dremel brush out. Get this little skinny brass one here. It's not Dremel. Dremel's just a brand. But let's get the rotary tool. Get this one out. This has got too big of a brush to reach down inside there. So we'll change that out. Put this smaller, skinnier one on there. I can find the cord where it plugs in at. I think it's unplugged. Yeah, it's unplugged. All right, plug it in here. Turn it down a little bit. All right. Let's before we'll put new clamps on there here in a second. I mean, we'll reuse that green one on the ground on the negative side, but we're gonna have to replace that positive one for sure. That's negative there, positive there. Just turned off. Let's see if it turns on now. Turn it on. It's only showing a red light. Should get all the way go up into the green. Let's turn it off for a second. Let me look at something else real quick. Alright, let's see what kind of spark it'll throw either way. Nothing. Alright. I bet that transformer's bad. Oops. Could be a board. My guess is there's an internal short in that transformer. Or an open, whatever you want to call it, in that primary somewhere. Let's see if we can ohm it out here and find out. Because if that's the case, we are done for in this little unit, because you can't get a factory transformer from it anymore. Let's go to the different combinations here and see. Okay, those two are tied together. So these middle ones should be tied together. Yeah, that's good so far. Shit. I think a transformer's shot. Because the secondary side should be very, fairly lower ohms. This is 352 kiloohms, so 350,000 ohms. It should be like, between, it depends on the model, probably anywhere from, on average, 8 to 30, or, somewhere in that range of ohms. Every brand, every model is different. So, I think our transformers are a problem. We might have a combination of things. It's definitely not spiking the voltage up, which usually wouldn't affect the lights unless there's an internal short in the transformer that would bring those lights down, because of the feedback deal that it does. But without reading such a high ohms, that's not good. I'm pretty certain that I do not have a transformer that will work this thing at all. Let me look real quick and I'll be right back with you. I do not have one. Oh, wait a minute. See, this is what the newer ones look like. They're kind of see-through. You can see all the things in it. This one is not for this model, but it might work. It doesn't look like anything's burnt in the corners. check that. Let's just plug it in. What the hell? Let's just plug it in. Try it. Can't hurt anything. It's either going to be good or not, or do the same thing. Turn power on. Uh-oh. There it is, see? So that transformer's got an internal short. I have my voltmeter to test it, but we're going to do a spark jump, see what kind of spark it throws. Seems to handle that just fine. So I think we're good. I'll just charge the guy like half price or whatever on the transformer. And a little bit of work to that board, and we'll be call it done. Oh well, kept this one for now from being thrown away. I made a good parts unit because that board's good, the capacitor's good, the shell of it's fine, and I put another clamp on there. But we'll wish we could get another transformer like this made somewhere. Kind of a custom deal though. You know, you don't just go out and find transformers built like this. Seated in epoxy, a bunch of resin in there, hard as a rock. All right, well that's it for our video here. We're gonna move on to another one, and hopefully you like this kind of stuff. We work on a lot of fence boxes for people. And until next time, you guys have a good rest of your day.